It was a very, very hectic trip because my flight was cancelled, which should have reached London by evening, but finally I took off only at 10 p.m. from here through Dubai, which meant I was awake through the night with about 2.5 hours in Dubai. I reached London by around 8 o'clock and almost straight from there to work. And the next day and the next day nights again I got back through Dubai again through the night. So 2 sleepless nights and 2 days of work. That was my London trip. However, those people who do not know about the CEO steering group, I would like to mention that I went for the CEO steering group, which started as a group that mirrored the global board, and now we have few more members. But this is a group that decides, after several deliberations, discuss and decide on the budgets for the entire organization, as well as strategy for the organization, etc. before it goes to the board. This is kind of a group that vets what goes to the board. So we have every October we have this significant meeting, because in the month of October is also the time when we decide on the budgets for the next year, that is 2018 calendar year. You know that Save the Children India now follows a financial year, which is April to March. And you also are aware that the global budget is for SCI, Save the Children International, its running, its operations, as well as the close to 60 countries where we have country officers, their budgets, as well as the 9 priorities of what we call as the strategic priorities of the organization, and the budgets for that also is discussed and decided at this meeting. Let me just tell you that these discussions have been rather difficult this time, simply because 2018 projection for the globe, after several years of almost a CAGR growth of 14%, we are seeing almost a flat year in 2018 globally. And hence, if your top line is down, obviously it would affect the investment also into various projects, as well as the operations of the organization. So the discussions were difficult because we were looking at what are the priorities, what are the things to cut. When you put everything together and put it out there, everything is a priority, right? How can you say that this is not a priority and this is a priority? So finally, with those difficult decisions and a steer from the global board, which said that we should primarily give importance to what is known as HPO. Who can say what HPO means? HPO, it's a global initiative. What? High performing organization. The systems, the processes, the technology, the IT, etc. that would, or even things like supply chain systems and so on, which would have immediate financial benefits for the organization in the short as well as in the longer run. So the board said that that is a priority which we cannot cut. So most of the funding from what we call as a strategic investment fund is going for that. That leaves us with rather limited funds for funding all the other priorities in its full swing, which means that other priorities will get budget cuts as of now, But we also discussed other ways of funding it apart from the strategic investment fund. Many of the organizations like say the US, UK, Norway, Sweden, Italy are sitting on pretty good comfortable reserves, and you know in the Western markets the interest that come from the deposits in the banks etc. is very minimal. So why don't you invest some of those reserves into these funds? So that is something which is being discussed so that we don't have to do too many cuts for our other priority areas. But I must warn you that there is definitely going to be some economy drives and measures. How does it affect India? Perhaps not to a large extent because this is SCI as well as SCI initiatives that reach out to us. For instance, we have a knowledge management that is based out of here. Not all the priorities of knowledge management that was envisaged in the budget will be supported. And stuff like urban initiative, which anyway is not funded by strategic funds but mostly by bilateral funds, will find it a little more difficult to raise funds. Second thing is about India's own growth. We are doing fantastically well on our individual fundraising, which should close the year at almost 60% growth, which is probably the fastest growing market in the world. However, we do have a problem with our institutional fundraising, which globally there is a problem, as well as corporate fundraising also seems to have hit a kind of an air pocket at this point. But we should come out of it and probably end the year at least in par with last year, or maybe a bit less. Definitely institutional funds are concerned. But as I said, our unrestricted funds and individual funds are doing pretty well. Okay, October has been an extremely busy month, and I think it was called the Urban Month. We had several initiatives. I am so proud of the urban initiative that is being actually co-led by India and US, and I can say that it is mostly led by India right now under the leadership.
Only India now.
Only India now, and under the leadership of Manav, working with Michelle's team, with Michelle. So 6th October, there was a launch of mapping, urban mapping survey results. 24th October was launch of urban situational analysis. 28th October was launch of urban scoping study, which I had the privilege of launching this Saturday, and it's basically the study of SAARC countries, the situation in the SAARC countries or the urban situation, and there is an Asia Urban Roundtable Conference happening at the moment, 26th to 28th, and then tomorrow there is going to be the World Series Day, and we are going to launch another report which is called the launch of urban good practices and toolkit, which is wonderful because last week I saw Tori, who is the interim director of program quality. She has sent out a mail to the global teams about this product. So congratulations to the urban team. They have done a wonderful job, and it needs to be funded, and we need to find funding for that going forward. This week also is the Education Week. We have the head of education, who is David Skinner, who is visiting us, and last week he visited Calcutta, Bangalore and Hyderabad. He visited these three places, and he actually wrote in Workplace. Have you seen that? What is so cool about India? You saw that? If you haven't, I think you should open up your workspace. How many people use workspace here? Okay, that's limited hands. I would like all of you to use workplace, and if you don't know how to use workplace, please contact Ruchi Mong. I see here. No? Okay, you should contact her and start using workplace. Okay, so Education Week is happening, and it kicked off this morning. Were you there, Mr.?
Yes.
Okay, I was not able to go there. It kicked off very well, and we had the Secretary of Education, Mr. Surup, who was there as a keynote speaker. We had our chair, Harpal Singh, as well as our board member, Surup Sambat, or Surup Raval. And she was there as well. On the 11th of October, what was the day? International Girl Child Day. It was 11th of October. We had 11 demands, 11 champions, and we worked in 11 states. And all the demands I'm not going to talk out, but mainly all the issues on girl child, marriage, early marriage of girl children, education, etc. were addressed in this 11 demands. And again, in Delhi at the Center Park. Is it called Center Park like New York?
Yeah.
Yeah, Center Park. Where is Center Park? This question. Connaught Place. And we had a function there, and it was well attended. I'm told I was not there, and it was a great meeting. And we also have another champion for children, or champion for not for children, for many other human rights, etc. There is somebody walking from Kanyakumari to Jammu and Kashmir, is it, or Delhi? Jammu and Kashmir. And her name is Srishti. She came and spoke to you a couple of weeks back, or about a month back. I don't know how many of you listened to her. She's doing this walk, and in this walk, she's also talking about Save the Children, and she's actually visiting one of our project areas in Karnataka called Venmangal. Is that the Suraksha project, where community women are actually involved in the manufacturing of sanitary napkins. So she is going to visit that place, and so her objective is to bring to attention the issues that children, women, etc. are facing at this point of time. And there is also something called, there is an application called Crossbow Miles. How many of you have downloaded that? Okay. There are few people. How many of you walk from here to the metro station? Oh, sad. Nobody. How many of you walk here? Okay, you do. All of you do walk, and some of them don't. That side, nobody seems to be walking. I don't know how to get to different places. So this application, actually, if you download it on your smartphone, it counts the number of steps that you take. And you actually can donate these steps to this, to Save the Children and other organizations. Just this step. So, you know, and it would help you to walk more. So there are multiple benefits for it, for your body starting, and also bring to light all these different causes that Srishti is spearheading. So you should try and do that. Okay, the other important things that I want to announce is we are starting a sponsorship program. Let me tell you, the sponsorship program was something which was started in the early 1920s and 30s by Save the Children globally. And many organizations followed that, the sponsorship program, and Save the Children got out of it. But Save the Children US actually has got a fantastic sponsorship program, and right now we are going to be recipients of money from the sponsors. For the next almost 10 years or so, there is a certain money assured. And the difference between earlier sponsorship and now is that this time the sponsorship is not, one child or a particularly named child and then track the progress of that child. A child would be representing a community and the money goes actually to the community. That is the difference, and this is a fantastic program that is starting, and a lot of groundwork is being done, a lot of analysis. We are also looking at the legalities of all these things. So it will be starting this year, but the funding will start flowing next year. And right now, the sponsorship money is coming from people outside. So we will probably in the next 2 years, we will also start our own sponsorship program, which means everybody here also would be able to sponsor children or sponsor communities. Well, I guess that is it. I also want to announce that the intranet naming competition and finally came out with this name called We Connect. And there are 3 prize winners for that. Ruchi Monka, Farhad Ali, and Aditya Mehta. Are they here? Are they here? Nobody is here. Farhad is here. Congratulations.
Farhad, can you come here?
Oh, what is this? Is it bonus? Okay. Farhad, you get a voucher to go to where? He's going to Houston. Maldives. Somewhere you're going. Okay, congratulations. Okay, where is Shweta? Shweta, please come. My job is over. But if you have any questions, anybody questions? Yes, Ashutosh has a question.
Sir, I really feel bad to ask you, but I
Then don't ask.
No, I asked you 5 months back about the people who have got 5. So we should know who they are and
one of them has
their
left.
education. So what?
Okay.
So at least we should know about their achievement and their
Okay.
contributions.
Good point. My mistake. I not followed it up. Ashutosh's question was that people who got 5 in this organization, 5 meaning 5 grade in their performance rating, what is that fantastic thing that they did to get a 5 when everybody else got 4 and 3s, right? So that we can emulate or their aspirational people 5. Okay. So we'll get back to you. I'm sorry about that. I take the blame. Okay. Anybody else? Any other questions? Shweta is doing an ADI project on how to improve TWT and make it more interactive and make people talk. I don't know.
Maybe we should just bribe them. The success of my project would be bribing people around us.
So that they talk.
They ask me questions.
Okay. So Shweta's green belt is based on your talking. So you better do that. Okay, so
how was the ADI training? There was an ADI training, right?
yeah.
Here.
Oh.
October 11th.
Oh,
how
yeah.
did that go?
Renu's not here to answer, but I think Vinay is here.
Vinay is here. Vinay is the champion of. He's a black
Friend
belt.
of Telly West.
Okay. He's an aspiring black belt. Go ahead, Vinay.
Yeah, we had the second round of ADI training where we had
20
20 participants.
participants.
We did the so we focus on only 3 fundamentals. So ADI is all in lines of creating high-performing organization. So ADI, under ADI there are 6 fundamentals. And this time we focus on the 3 fundamentals. The first one was media effectiveness, the second one was change management, and the third one was voice of stakeholder. So 17 participants who have undergone this training and they will be practicing it in their workplace. and they will be having evidences, and they will be certified ADI practitioners, hopefully by the mid of next year. I would welcome every one of you to be a part of this movement, because this really helps. It is not that you need to create something, you just need to practice it in your everyday work so that you become more effective and efficient.
Can you tell everybody what ADI stands for?
Who all for ADI? It's accelerating delivery and improvement.
Accelerating delivery and improvement. Let me also let you know that this is a part of HPO project globally. That's a high performing organization which is getting most of the funding. So ADI is also getting the funding. And ADI, and in short ADI. In Malayalam, ADI means, anybody knows? A nice beating. Fantastic, did you say that? That is Adi Poli. That's fantastic. Okay. Okay. Anybody else? Any other questions? You can ask any question under the sun. Okay, November, we are going to have our committee meetings and board meetings coming up in the next couple of weeks. So we are getting ready for that. It's going to be a busy next couple of weeks. Well, every time it's busy, but this time is even a little more busy. Okay. So Shweta is going to come up and do the rest.
I am just going to try and get through this month's Eggie, which has been awarded by Mintu. Just bear with me. I'm Shweta from NSO, and I'm calling because Mintu's awarded you the Eggie Award for September 2017. Congratulations, and Khairul, I'm just going to read out the citation which Mintu's written for you on his behalf. So, I would like to nominate Sheikh Khairul Rahman for the Eggie Award for the month of September 2017. I have had the privilege of working with Khairul in Urban Resilience Program of Save the Children. Khairul is an extremely committed, passionate and knowledgeable DRR specialist in Save the Children. During the last few months in DRR program, I got a great opportunity to learn many things from him, such as how to manage a team in an extremely challenging urban context of Mumbai. The way he analyzes and writes his articles and reports brings a great value addition to the knowledge of urban DRR team. He is also a next generation DRR practitioner with a deeper understanding of the urban context. He's a true humanitarian, a great human being, realistic, dedicated, troubleshooter, and extremely talented team leader. Everyone within his team and outside the team love him very much. A joyful personality and a committed social worker. Do it now is the mantra for Khairul, which motivates me a lot. I hope to continue learning from you, Khairul. You inspire me all the time. I wish you a healthy and joyful personal and professional life. Warm regards, Mintu. This is, Mintu, you're going to be receiving an Eggie book and a certificate, and would you like to say anything?
I'm really honored, and I'm so thankful to Krishna and to all of you. And I think Krishna and many other colleagues in the section always inspire me to do only good work, especially to write more and all those things that I'm trying to
we had 4 people who have joined Save the Children family this month. We have 4 people. I don't need a mic actually. Can I please request you to step forward as I call out your name? Antaryami Das, Meenal Singh, Geeta Lama, and M. Sandhya. It would be nice to hear from each of you. Small introduction.
Hi everyone, I'm Geeta Lama and I have joined as the media coordinator here, directly working with Dave and of course each one of you. It's been quite a hectic first week for that matter. Yeah, it's been quite a busy first week, and I still haven't got most of your names and faces, but I'll come and meet each one of you again, I guess. Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Meenal. I have joined as General Manager, Institutional Partnership Team. This is my 4th week, so we'll be completing 1 month soon. Met most of you. Still need to learn the names and faces, so just bear with me. Looking forward to work with all of you.
Hello everyone, this is Sandhya. I have joined the donor development team under Prachi. I haven't met most of you. Basically, I'm also immersed with many works and many things to learn. So I hope I can meet everyone, I can talk to everyone, and I can actually know everyone. Thank you.
Hi, hello everyone. This is Dr. Antaryami Das. You can call me Eddie. I joined on 3rd of October. I'm still new to the organization and I'm yet to get the feel of all the processes and systems. I had visited 2 states, Maharashtra and Calcutta, and I will be visiting Jharkhand soon, day after tomorrow. I have only met few of you and maybe some of you, but very nice to have such a big motivated team. So I am really looking forward to have time with you. Thank you.
A very warm welcome to all of you, and I would request you to stay here. We have a cake to cut, and we have a few people who had their birthdays this month, and again I would request you to step forward as I say your names. Shweta Agarwal, Yogesh Jadhav, Neha Jain, Prachi Malik, Neeti Singh, Shivani Bhaskar. And if I missed out of any of yours name, please step forward.
You are representing the whole world.
They're coming. Shall we cut the cake first for the new joiner? Please welcome for you. Go ahead, cut the No, we don't.